What's going on, guys? This is John here with the Fantasy Tap, starting out week one with a brand new show series coming to you guys, getting this season started off right. We're going to be doing a DFS episode every week, and we did something special. We brought in an in-house expert. We got Miles. Hugh. We got Hugh. What's going on, Hugh?
What's going on, John? How's it going?
It's going really good, man. Really excited for this Thursday night game. Really excited to get this season starting. Tonight, Hugh is going to be joining us from his mobile office because he's currently working on getting his Wi-Fi set up at his brand new home. Everyone congratulate this man on his brand new purchase. Congratulations. This must have been that DFS winnings.
Oh, I wish. I've had a few DFS winnings, but nothing to purchase this behemoth.
All right. So as everyone knows, DFS, if you're not huge into it, daily fantasy football, setting lineups every week. If you clicked on this video, though, you're probably someone that's done it once or twice. Now, Hugh, generally, what is the most important part about DFS for you?
Well, one is having fun, because you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't have fun. And sequentially, obviously, you came to win money. So that's what we're going to try and do throughout the season, and that's why I'm here. We're going to help try and educate down to the smallest of levels up to maybe someone that's played DFS for a long time. Try and get you some more money.
There you go. Now, obviously, DFS, you're playing for real money. You're going to be putting some money into these accounts starting up the season, and hopefully you're just able to roll it through. Any tips on making that money roll through the season, rolling it out?
Yeah, so normally when you go to either FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo, whatever site you want to choose, you start off with a bankroll. And my general rule of thumb to go by is play with what you want to play with, and then realize what your bankroll is and play within your limits.
Yep.
You can have a bankroll of $50, and some people have thousands of dollars. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you feel. In a sense, this is gambling. So, just feel comfortable with what you are. But in a general sense, you play your bankroll, and then you want to have a specific set amount of that week's what you want to play with. I normally use about 30% of my bankroll per week to play, so that way I don't lose all of it in one go. And I'll split that 30% up, normally 70% in tournaments and about 30% in cash games.
All right. Yeah. A good reminder to everyone. Obviously, this is a form of gambling. Got a gambling problem, stick away for it. There is, ways to find help there. Me personally, I've made the mistakes coming into DFS seasons where I just make a big deposit at the start of the season and play a whole bunch of different matchups. And I just kind of keep going until I run out of money. And that's when you end up finding yourself just putting more and more in, not playing it smart. And that's when you're definitely just losing money to the system. Now, speaking of the system, there's obviously hosting sites have their own takeaways. They're going to be making their money. What do you have to say about that?
So most sites typically fall between 9 and 10% rake. So rake is what you said, John. What the company hosting site takes away from whatever tournament, cash games, what have you, they're going to take that for themselves. Normally higher stakes have a lesser rake for the entry. So that's something you can find out in the info button for the tournaments and the cash game. They'll tell you how much you're paying them.
All right. Sounds good. Now, you keep saying cash games, tournaments. Is there for anyone that's brand new, can you give me a little bit of a breakdown about the difference between cash games and some different styles?
Yeah, so cash games is pretty much basically what it is. It's a cash game, 50-50 you want to go for. So about 50% of the field is going to get a payout, whether that's a double up, 50-50, small field tournament. About 50% of the field will get a payout of some sort for whatever amount they put in. And then GPP is guaranteed prize pool. Normally those run about 10%. So 10% of the entrants are going to cash. at that point. However, if you do cash, about 90 to I'd say 95% of the time, you're going to, if you end up in the lower 10%, you're still going to double your money for cashing.
All right, gotcha. Nice. I appreciate you helping all the guys that are new out there just to get their bearings out done. If anyone's going to be following along and check these out every week, we're going to be having Hugh actually help these newer players or anyone that's a little more rookie into this, break down some different strategies, a little bit more of different ways you can look at building your daily rosters. And actually, it being our first episode, making it a quick one, and Thursday night coming up right around the corner, me and Hugh actually both put together 2 Draftkings lineups. And Hugh, I want you to tell me yours and give me a little bit of the reasoning behind why you picked the players you did.
So I went with a Tampa Bay heavy stack for this Thursday night showdown. Some DraftKings. So I played Antonio Brown in my captain spot. He's around $8K to play. So when you play on DraftKings, the captain spot always gets a pay increase when you pay it. So the normal price for that game his price is going to go up. So I went cheap with AB. With Godwin being hurt, the news came out today. He's got that quad injury. Antonio Brown kind of skyrockets in my opinion. So I played him in the captain's spot. Followed it up with Gio for DraftKings for PPR. He's cheap. He's 2K.
Okay.
Then I went with Brady and Evans. And then I obviously got to play some Cowboys. So I brought it with Dak and CeeDee.
Oh wow, dang! See, I'm glad you told me that because I'm going to be honest. I made my lineup before we got on here, and it's already better than what I did. I like it more. So I see that. So I'm actually new to DraftKings. I've done a lot of my time on FanDuel. So still trying to figure out the best ways to make these roster adjustments. Didn't really understand that the captains. So the captain spot actually costs more money than if you were to play them in another position. Yes.
Yes, sir. That is correct. So if you take your captain
Brady
out,
you take
exactly.
Tom Brady
so you gotta
at
be
your
careful.
captain, which is what I did to make my roster, which was my first mistake, because that really hindered the rest of my ability to build this team. So I like that a lot, actually. I'm actually going to, if I had to make any adjustments to what my team was, I had Tom Brady in my captain spot, and it's not letting me put anyone else in that spot, but we'll figure that out later. But I had Tom Brady in that captain spot at first, and that cost me $15,000, which took up a huge chunk of my available salary. So I'm actually going to be copying you, going Antonio Brown in that captain spot, an extremely cheap high-end player. And then I'm going to be following up pretty much the same as you, getting both quarterbacks in there because of the situation that they're in. I would go Mike Evans here, but I can't copy you fully. So I'm actually going to grab CeeDee Lamb in that flex. I'm looking very quickly. Don't really have a lot of money left at this point. Sorry, you really changed my whole team up here once you taught me how to do this right. That's why we're doing this. So I'm actually going to be adding – boy. Oh, man. I don't want to copy you completely. You got a really good team there. But obviously, Gio's great there as well. And then either Mike Evans or Amari Cooper or hell, you could go – there's a few different players. So actually, I've got a question for you because this is something what I was doing. When do you start looking at positionally putting in a kicker or a defense, especially in these Thursday night games where you're limited on the amount of players that are actually fantasy relevant?
Those I've had luck on showdowns when I know it's those great games when it's been like Jacksonville versus the Jets, and it's just going to be this, Vegas point totals really help. If it's going to be a low point total, that's when I'll start looking at kickers and defenses to fill my lineup to try and pay up for some, if not all, of the high price players. So, but you do find sometimes in a lot of, so again, tournaments, you'll find defenses or kickers in that captain spot because they will get guaranteed points for, just kicking the doing what they do best and kick. I mean, yeah, exactly. So they're guaranteed points, and you're basically trying to open up your team and allow for the higher scoring players. So you got to get a lot of cash, and you got to find savings where you can.
All right, I got you. And thank you for distracting everyone while I finish making this team that you made me or help me completely redo. I actually grabbed Gio, like you said, that full PPR. And then instead of Mike Evans, I actually went with Ezekiel Elliott. So I'm kind of 50-50 down the board between Tampa Bay and Dallas in this game. And for me personally in this situation, it's the fact that I don't like Mike Evans a lot this season. And I think that his touchdowns are a little exacerbated, and they're not going to be repeating this season. And even though Chris Godwin missed practice with that quad injury, people miss practice throughout the season, still play 16 games, so it'll be fine. But I like yours a lot. I just couldn't copy it completely,
This is tournaments, baby. You want to play Zeke. I mean, hey, for whatever we know, the Bucks rush defense could have not fallen through. So Hey,
yeah, you never know. Or he could just break. He could just get that one pass that breaks. He's Ezekiel Elliott. If he gets past that defensive line, there's a chance he makes it all the way. Now, one quick question before I actually get out of here and we finish this up. In these tournament styles, there's chances where you can be in a matchup format where you're able to submit multiple entries in that same matchup.
Yes,
when do you do that, and when do you not?
It's all dependent on your bankroll and what game you want to play. Game selection is everything. Do you want to play single entry? Do you want to play 3 max? Do you want to play 20 max entries? Last year I started playing a lot more of the 20 max entries. Started small. You can find games as small as 10 cents. So again, you want to play $20, you can play games for 10 cents, and you can try and grow your bankroll from there. But it's all on how you feel and comfortable. And, the more entries, the more variance you can have and build into your lineups, and the more chances you have to win. But it's all on what you want to do.
All right. Well, Miles, Hugh, I really appreciate you joining in for us today. And I believe they will be seeing us again one more time before Sunday. To get
I look forward to it.
Me too. Very excited. Can't wait to see how much you can help me win some money this weekend. Appreciate you again coming by. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for today. Let us know what you guys want to hear more of in these DFS videos. If you guys are looking for some specific type of questions that maybe you're having troubles with, some roster lineup builds, or just pure structuring on what you guys need to be looking for, I know Hugh here is very knowledgeable, and you guys will be learning a lot over the course of the season. So thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.